Hi, I'm Alison from Astrology, and I'm here to talk to you about the week beginning 23rd of September, so 23rd to the 29th. And this is an in-between kind of week because it's between eclipses, and this time tends to feel a bit unstable, as though anything and everything really could actually go either way. So it's a time when relationships might start to get especially intense because Venus is moving into Scorpio, challenged by Pluto. So there's that duality between those two again. Secrets might come to light. There might be some power struggles. And some relationships might even have to be transformed or profoundly changed in order to sort of carry on. And if that happens, then all you can really do is hang on to all that you are and all that you value and just let the wheels roll. Just kind of go with it, but hold on to yourself, that strong Venus values. Decide what's important to you. Venus in Scorpio really has the ability to just kind of hang in there and cling on and to dig deep as well. Pluto, of course, is slowly stationing, ready to turn direct in a couple of weeks, wallowing, I feel, that's how it seems to me, in that anaretic degree, that 29th degree of Capricorn. And these feel like the death throes of Pluto in Capricorn, because it's going to turn in a couple of weeks and head into Aquarius, and that's obviously, you'll have read this everywhere, the last time it's going to be in Capricorn for 243 years, I think. So it really is the death throes, and it feels like that moment in the film where the person that you thought was dead suddenly grabs the gun and sort of turns around and shoots everyone. Yeah, so that moment. A kind of a plot twist or just something quite intense at the end of this period of Pluto Capricorn. And Pluto here has been about the power of the old guard, the existing established structures, making a few people a lot of money ever since 2008, the big crash. And then, just a lot of people seem to come in and make a lot of money out of the rest of us, frankly. The old guard don't die easily either. And in all areas of life, they're trying to cling on now. And the key is maybe just to try and make sure you don't give away your own power, your own secrets. And again, that thing about holding tight to what makes you you. On Tuesday the 24th, we have Mercury making a lovely flowing aspect to Uranus, and that might suggest surprising news, good news, maybe about practical things. They're both in Earth signs. But the opposition from Neptune can indicate that things might remain unclear. You might still be confused, unfortunately, but you never know. It could be Neptune could be indicating more there's something to do with compassion or dreams or something to do with the unconscious. So there's always positives that could come out of that. On Thursday the 26th, Mercury moves into Libra. So this is our planet of communication into Libra, moving out of its own sign now. And it's going to be ruled by that Venus in Scorpio. So it's going to be thinking a little bit more deeply, perhaps worrying less about the details. It loves to manage things in Virgo. Virgo likes to get things right. Libra is also a perfectionist though. So, there is still that area of that, but Libra likes things to look nice on the surface too. Most of the planets now are in water and air, so there could be lots of discussion and maybe even things being a bit up in the air and lots of emotion with the water. And Mars in Cancer is kind of holding on to what it knows, protecting who it loves best. And a lack of fire in the charts this week might suggest just a lack of confidence or vision, everyone just kind of talking and waiting to see what's going to happen. And meanwhile, Venus is edging away from Pluto. And towards the end of the week, you might be focusing more on your family or on your tribe because, that Venus in Scorpio also ruled by Mars in Cancer. And on Saturday, the Sun joins the South Node at 6 degrees of Libra. I use the True Node because I don't see why you wouldn't. And both are joined by Mercury over the weekend. So a little kind of grouping of the South Node, the Sun and Mercury, and that's 6 degrees of Libra. So if you've got anything around there, it might feel like revisiting things, places, or even people that belong to your past, things coming back to you. And there's something quite civilized and social about it all, I think. Old friends or something like that. maybe family. The undercurrents will probably feel familiar there, but they could be quite intense too, you know, some serious stuff, still with that Venus in Scorpio ruling the South Node now. And the nodes, of course, you know, these points where the ecliptic, the path of the sun, crosses the path of the moon. They're really important, and they can be portals, as it were. So sometimes, if you find you have planets joining those nodes, it could be a time when things leave your life too, as well as coming in. So important to pay attention to this. And just have a look and see what you have around 6 degrees of Libra, or just see where that falls in your chart. You can normally find, get your chart up on astro.com if you know the time. And if you don't, you can contact me to rectify it. Okay, and that's it for this week. Looking forward to seeing you next week for our eclipse at 10 degrees Libra. Okay, bye-bye.